Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about ways that a garden can relieve stress and anxiety. I'm going to go around my garden, whether it's the vegetable garden or a backyard garden or a huge garden or a small garden. There's a lot of little tricks you can do in your garden to help relieve stress and anxiety, especially if you have one of those types of jobs that just never lets up and you want to come home to a place that you can relax and take it easy and just get some relief without taking any type of medication. So a garden can actually be a medication, and it is for me in many ways. It's just a relaxing way to get away from the world and to forget about the world. So I'm going to put in some unique and unusual things in this video that will help you make your garden into a place, a sanctuary, and a place to get away from the world. So I would say one of my favorite ways to relieve stress is just to be out in the garden and get away from technology, the emails, the phones, the text messages, everything that just distract us from being able just to completely relax. And I built this large swing set along with this massive fire pit. And this fire pit actually doubles. It has two really different purposes. One is just to have a nice fires on autumn, winter, and spring evenings to be able to just enjoy it, come outside and get away from technology and the videos and everything else we're always so distracting ourselves with. The other reason is I use it to create ash for my garden. So this ash you see here in front of me will be spread out on grass in different places along the vegetables, especially if it's not treated wood in the ash. I'll use that ash to put on the base of each vegetable, and that will put extra minerals in the soil. So having a beautiful fire pit, whether it's really small or large like this one, is a great way to get outside and just unwind and relax and decompress. So I would say a fire pit probably is the #1 way. A lot of people have fire pits, but I think a larger fire pit like this one can really bring a group of people in, and you can enjoy it so much more, especially when it's this big. Another way that I think that a garden can really set your mind free of anxiety and stress is to have things like magnolias and Confederate jasmine and other plants that just put out a huge amounts of fragrances that just waft in the air, and it just kind of takes you back to another time. These magnolias I planted here over 15 years ago, and I've kept them pruned back, so normally they would be quite a bit larger, but I've been in the springtime completely on the opposite side of the yard, 50, 75 feet away, and I could just get the light smell of magnolias. So planting really fragrant flowers that will come back year after year, get better and better as they age, is another thing to take into consideration. So depending on the area you live in, the zone you live in, you may have a completely different set of flowers. So rather than me just list everything in my area, I would just say do your research and find out which flowers put out the most fragrant smell. Now there's actually a thing called Chinese privet hedge, and it's really kind of just looks like a weed for most of the year, or a shrub that just grows randomly. But in the springtime, it can put out such a strong smell. It takes me back many, many years because I've smelt it in this yard, in my grandmother's yard, and it's just an incredible smell. So planting extremely fragrant flowers that will return, and trees that will return year after year and get better and put out more and more smells. Now, most of those are going to be in the spring and early summer, but it really is just one of those things that takes your mind back to another time. Now, movement in a garden is one of my favorite things. This is maidenhair grass, and it grows relatively quickly. I've had it here for well over a decade, but I purchased it at a garden center, and it's just gotten better year after year. It comes back. I cut it back to the ground, and it comes back year after year even better. And at the kind of the end of summer, you'll suddenly see the seed shoots coming out, and it just carefully moves just a little bit in the breeze. There's not maybe much of a breeze blowing today, but you can see there's a lot of movement in it. Now I'll show you another plant that I got absolutely free that I just enjoy just sitting and watching, and it just kind of relaxes the mind. I don't know how it works, but it does. It just makes you feel relaxed when you're sitting there and just enjoying the slightest little breeze and seeing your garden moving. Now, the standard cattail is another perfect example of a plant that will just, even in the slightest little breeze, it's a lot of movement. So this one of those things I really like is cattail, and I got this completely free. A bird had deposited a seed right behind my swing set. I put it in a pot, and 15 years later, I can't even count how many I have. It's well over a couple hundred plants. They just spread under the ground through their rhizomes. And one trick to growing cattail is they tend to, once they produce the large seed head, they tend to fall over. So one thing I do early in the summer is I cut all the seed heads off because they're spreading underground, and I want them to remain upright. So cattail is another plant that I find very relaxing, just to sit around and watch that a little bit of slight breeze, make it into a kind of a dancing movement among my garden. Now, people who know me know that I'm a Japanophile, and I'm also someone who really enjoys having pets. And if I told you the number of cats we have, you wouldn't believe it. But some of our cats are strictly indoor cats because that's where they were raised, and other cats would prefer to be out in the garden, and they only come in cold weather or stormy weather. But having a cat in the garden is a very relaxing thing. You can just sit and watch them, enjoy them. And if you've never had a cat before, I would highly recommend going to a local shelter and adopting one, because about 15, I guess it's been over 10 years ago, we adopted a small cat and it became part of the family. It was very hard to lose that cat, but having a pet is a great way in your garden, especially, I know some people are dog people, some people are cat people, and people may be both, but having a cat can be so calming in the garden, especially if it just comes and sits next to you when you're enjoying those fires on those cooler winter evenings. Now, having a water feature like this is one of my favorite things. Over the years, I've had numerous water features. I've had large ponds, small ponds. I've had goldfish ponds, koi ponds, and I've even had small fountains like this. And this probably is one of the easiest that I've ever created, and it's one of the least expensive. It's not done with expensive parts or pieces. The bamboo is free, and the large container is not concrete. It's actually just a planter I picked up from Lowe's. If I can find one similar to it on Amazon, I'll put a link to it. But having a water feature like this in a sitting area close to it can create a true sense of relaxation and a place to meditate and just get away from the world. So I've got a link, or I'll put a link to a video I've made specifically showing how to put this together. And it's not hard, it's not expensive, but it's really truly a way to decompress and just relax. So having a water feature is another one of those things that I would highly recommend in your garden. So in addition to having the swing set, I have other places in the yard where I have chairs set out where I can just go out and relax. And these poly chairs, they're actually not made out of wood, they're made out of plastic. And I'll put a link to them if they're still selling them online. But it's just a great place to go and get away from the house, as with the swing, just to get away from the text and emails and notifications and all the noises and distractions life has. So I always recommend having a seating area away from your house where you can enjoy just to get away and forget about life for just an hour or two. Now, I think Asian themed statues can be relaxing as well. For some reason, they just help me to unwind and meditate a little better. And even though I may not be a Buddhist, I know that a lot of people out there are. And so it's truly, meditation is a great way to just unwind and forget about the world. So statuary in the garden is another great thing to have. So we're talking about getting away from technology, and so this is a technology of probably the past, and most people don't even probably own headphones like this anymore. A friend of mine came by one day and saw me wearing these in the yard and found it absolutely hilarious that I had the 1970s style headphones on them. But these are truly a way for me to get away from the world, because I can put it on an MP3 player, I can hook it up to my phone and not play news or anything like that that puts out negative information. I used to be a news junkie and was constantly listening to all sorts of political talk shows and other types of information that would just put me in a negative mood. And so now I only use these for listening to music. And then the other reason I will use these is to cut the volume all the way down and just wear them while I'm working out in the garden, and it completely blocks out the sound. Someone can be standing 10 feet away from me, and if they're talking, I can't hear a word they're saying. So it drowns out the noise of automobiles and planes and anything that's distracting, like this bird that seems to be going crazy in the yard. So getting a pair of these are great. I've had 4 pairs of these. I've completely worn them out. One thing about earbuds is when you're sweating heavily, I don't know if they're completely waterproof and it might damage them. And also they fall out, and it doesn't completely block out the outside sound of the world. These do a great job of that. So I'd highly recommend getting a pair of these. I'll link some down below, but like I said, I've owned 4 of these over 25 years and they've all lasted a fairly long time, but I'm pretty rough on equipment like this in the yard because they're always falling off and breaking, and I might accidentally leave them out in the rain or something like that. So having a noise blocking thing like this is just like putting yourself into another world where you can just be alone with your thoughts or your favorite music. So in the late 90s, I became completely obsessed with bonsai, and I probably have over 50, 75. I've lost count. I have a lot of these small ones and I have large ones too. So I would guesstimate it close to 100 bonsai. But Bonsai is one of those things that can really help you meditate and relax, whether you're growing something small like this that can fit in the palm of your hand or something that's really large and it's difficult to pick up. I would highly recommend getting into bonsai. People have asked me about creating a series of bonsai videos, and I'm not sure how much interest there is out there, but I might do that at some point. But if you ever want to find out about bonsai, there's a guy, and I'll link his video in the description, his complete channel in the description, but he is a true master. He started out in America, went to Japan and became an apprentice, but it can be a great way to relax and just calm yourself and calm your mind by getting interested in bonsai. And you don't have to be a master. You can do some experimentation. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, you can get an inexpensive plant and just work on it without having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. And such as this bonsai was less than $100, and it's one of the more expensive that I've ever purchased. So most of the ones I've got actually came from garden centers, and I just kept working with them over time. So if you're interested in that, take a look in the description, and I'll put a link to his video series that trains you how to develop truly incredible bonsai. So I have a rather large vegetable garden for a suburban property, but if you like having a sense of accomplishment in doing something where you can really see, no pun intended, the fruit of your labors, vegetable gardening can really do that. It can make you feel like you've accomplished something. Many of us have jobs where we feel like we're just going to work every day and not really doing anything that matters. So doing something like vegetable gardening, you have a true sense of accomplishment, and I would highly recommend doing it. Now, I've got some videos that talk about vegetable gardening in small spaces, and I'll put a link to those up above. But I think that whether you're doing it out of 5-gallon buckets or you turn part of your yard into a large vegetable garden, it really does give you a sense of accomplishment throughout the entire summer, and you can feel like you're doing something worthwhile with your time. So guys, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I hope you'll get out into your own yard, whether it's a tiny, tiny lot, balcony, or even a very large multi-acre lot, and you'll get into some of that green medication that will help you overcome anxiety and be more stress-free and relaxed. I think it will really help you in the long run. So again, have a great day.